Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, I do want to speak about Hansi Flick appointing Thiago Alcantara to join the coaching staff. I'm going to be explaining why Hansi Flick brought in Thiago in this video and also speak about what he could bring to the players sportingly. If you guys are new here, welcome to the channel. I'm happy that you guys are here. If you guys are Barcelona fans, this will be the channel for you. This is where we do talk about everything regarding FC Barcelona. So with the preseason arriving in 20 days and with the season starting in about a month and a half, feel free to subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be giving you guys updates regarding the latest transfer news, match previews, match reviews, and everything in between. Also, if you end up liking this video, please click the thumbs up button. I would really appreciate it. So let's talk about this appointment. And it says here, according to 21 Marty, that Thiago Alcantara has given his approval to join Hansi Flick's coaching staff. Adria Albets also claimed the plan right now is for Thiago to work with Flick and his staff for just a couple of days or weeks to help transfer all concepts, points of views that the coach does want. So it does seem like Hansi Flick has not necessarily learned Spanish fully yet. He has been practicing throughout the whole year, ever since he knew that Barcelona were interested in him. But as of now, 9 months into the year, Hansi Flick does not really know Spanish fully, which is why he does need help. He needs other people that he does know to help him translate, because the type of things that Hansi Flick is going to be communicating to the players is going to be extremely hard. These players will need to know their new roles, the tactics, the formations, the philosophies, etc. And Hansi Flick does not want to have any sort of miscommunication go on. These players, if they want to do well, need to know exactly what Hansi Flick does want, which is why Thiago Alcantara is going to be appointed. He knows German, he knows Spanish, maybe he does know a little bit of English, and that is because he has joined teams like Bayern Munich and Liverpool after he left FC Barcelona back in 2013. Now I know that many of you guys might find this confusing because many of you guys might think that Thiago Alcantara is still playing football, but he's not. He actually did retire about a few days ago, and he did it just before he was about to get appointed to be in Hansi Flick's coaching staff. Thiago has already claimed that he is ready for a new chapter in his life. He's grateful for what Barcelona, Bayern, Liverpool, and the Spanish national team brought him, but he does want to move forward and eventually in the future get into a coaching role. But as of now, this is going to be the opportunity that is presented to him. And I do think that right now it does make sense, because after him encountering so many injuries in the past 3 to 4 years, from hip issues to knee issues, when he did play only one game in the Premier League last season, I do think that eventually, yes, he was going to end up thinking about just retiring. His body simply could not handle all the injuries no more. And he's only 33 years old, by the way. He's really young. It's not like he's 38, 39, or 40 years old. He's 33. I think that Gundogan is older than him, but this is going to be the route that he does want to take. And to me, I think that this is a perfect appointment. One of the biggest problems and concerns that Flick was going to encounter was the language cultural barrier. Like, I knew that Hansi Flick was practicing Spanish, but I also knew that it was going to be taking some time to get to that point where you are very fluent. And the only player that Flick has worked with that knows Spanish and knows German is Thiago Alcantara. And most importantly, Thiago knows FC Barcelona. He knows La Masia. He knows how these players need to play. He can also bring in his own experiences as a player to our youngsters like Gavi, like Pedri, maybe even Frankie de Jong. Players like Asado and Bernal are going to benefit from this appointment a lot. Thiago Alcantara is not only going to be a translator, but a great mentor to many of our Barcelona players. And who knows, maybe in the future, if Thiago Alcantara really becomes obsessed with the game and he really does want to pursue becoming a coach, maybe in the future he becomes the coach of FC Barcelona. But we're talking about 10 to 12 years time from today. But it's great to know that Barcelona have so many options, and seeing how Barcelona brought in so many previous Barcelona players to work in different roles, like Bojan, like Deco, now Thiago. Xavi Hernandez was also another one. I'm surprised that Laporta has not pulled any strings with Puyol or Iniesta to come in to work closely with FC Barcelona, whether that's in the coaching role or in the sporting director role, wherever it may be. I strongly believe that Thiago's emergence back to Barcelona is only the beginning. We will see many of the Barcelona players that we saw back in the golden age between 2008 and 2012 return to bring more value to Barcelona in a different way. And so I'm happy. I'm happy because I think that Thiago is going to do a phenomenal job. I'm a big fan of the player also. He left back in 2013. Many of us did assume back in 2010, 11, and 12 that he was going to be the future of Barcelona. But the reason why he left back in 2013 was because of playing time. At that time, Fabregas, Xavi, Iniesta, Sergio Busquets were bossing the midfield, and Thiago Alcantara wanted more minutes. And we all thought that he was going to get it. But under Guardiola, he lost a little prominence. Like, the way that we saw him play through that time, he was like a Ronaldinho type of player. Had the same style, the same moves, the way that he dribbled the ball, it was exactly the same. But it just never ended up happening. Guardiola said, I want to revolve my project in the midfield through Xavi, Iniesta, and Sergio Busquets. So then he went on to move to Bayern Munich, where he did amazing, and he spent about 7 years there. He was coached by so many great coaches like Pep Guardiola, Hansi Flick, and more. He even left on a bright note because back in 2020 when he played that final against PSG where Bayern won 1-0, Thiago Alcantara was the best player on that night. He created so many chances, had 2 out of 2 dribbles completed, 9 defensive actions, 7 recoveries. He was a number 6 at that time in 2020. That was a role that he was shifting on and off with. Sometimes he played as an 8, sometimes he did play as a 6, but he always did his best. And he especially left with a bang at Bayern Munich, and then he went to Liverpool where he was breaking passing records. He came in his first game with Liverpool to play only 45 minutes, and in the last 45 minutes he came in for Jordan Henderson, and in those 45 minutes he had more passes than the entire opposition with a total of 75 successful passes. He was just outpassing Chelsea, and it was also the most passes completed by a player who played a maximum of 45 minutes since Opta started producing passing statistics at the start of 2003-2004 season. So Thiago had a great beginning at Liverpool, but unfortunately the injuries did take him down. Thiago could have done so much more at Liverpool, but his physical preparation just wasn't enough. And so because he was being rotated between as an 8 and as a 6 throughout his whole career, I do think that this is greatly going to help players like Frankie de Jong, a player that hasn't really found his role yet, and also help players like Gavi, who can help him play as an 8 and also play as a 6, find out the similarities, the differences, what responsibilities do you have as a 6 compared to a number 8. It's a great hire by FC Barcelona and Hansi Flick. So I can't wait to see what he does and the type of effectiveness he's going to be having in La Masia especially. And so that is it. That is going to be wrapping up today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.